What's poppin', my Poke people? It's your boy Poke Perk, and new cards have been revealed for Pokemon Black Bolt and White Flare, aka Pokemon Black and White. And apologies, I am very sick, so if you hear me sniffle, cough, it's alright. Your boy will be okay. But first, we're gonna start off with the Frillish, the Frillish, 80 HP, Sea Shadow, 20 damage. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any items from their hand. Now, I actually really like that, because now you're controlling your opponent. Then we have the Jellicent EX, which we're probably either going to get a full art or a special illustration of the Jellicent. I think they can do some really cool stuff with Jellicent, honestly. But 270 HP, that's a tank. Ability Sea Curse, this is actually really playable. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent can't play any item cards or attach any Pokemon tools from their hand. I mean, you are all out controlling your opponent. Attack Power Press, 80 plus damage if this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached. In addition to this attack cost, this attack does 80 more damage. So hitting for 160 and controlling your opponent is absolutely insane for the Jellicent EX for Pokemon Black Bolt and White Flare. Next, we have some of my favorites, right? We have Litwick, 60 HP, Light and Burn. Look at the top card of your deck. You may discard that card. Okay? Can't wait to see what the illustration rares are going to look like for Litwick and Lampent. So we have Lampent, 80 HP, Fire Blast, 50 damage, discard an energy from this Pokemon. I hate when you have to discard an energy. Hate it. Next we have Chandelure, Art Rare and Regular Holo Rare, 150 HP, evolves from Lampent. I mean, this Chandelure Art Rare looks absolutely insane. Look at him messing up the dining table. Looks super sick. You gotta love when a Chandelure comes to life being a ghost, right? 150 HP, Explosive Flame Pillar, 50 plus damage. If you have at least 10 basic fire energy in your discard pile, this attack does 100 more damage, okay? Burn it all up, 180 damage. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. So you're always attacking, and you can attack even harder with the more fire energy you have in your discard pile. So that's what we have right there for Chandelure. Evolution line being the Lampent, Litwick, and Chandelure. Let's keep it moving, even though this Chandelure is absolutely gorgeous. Next up, we have Vullaby. You know, the little baby Pokemon, 70 HP, Playful Kick, 10 damage, okay. Dark type, looking all types of cute. Then we have Mandibuzz, 110 HP. Ability Hunt for Prey. That sounds morbid. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent reveal their hand. Choose a basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less you find there and put it onto their bench. Okay, this could be super beneficial. Cutting Wind, 90 damage. And that's what we have for Vullaby and Mandibuzz. The Vulture, looking all types of crazy. I'm actually a fan of Mandibuzz. Super sick, super strong. And that ability can come in handy real quick, especially whenever you have boss's orders and you're trying to get one of their most played Pokemon out onto the bench or into the active spot. Okay, next we have the Zorua Art Rare. This is actually the third Art Rare of Zorua we have gotten in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I mean, that's absolutely insane, right? So we have the one, what was it, Shrouded Fable? Yes, I believe so. We have the Journey Together ETB promo and Zorua, and now we have the Black Bolt White Flare Zorua Art Rare. Absolutely insane, but I really like the way the moon has the red outline. So Takedown does 30 damage. This attack also does 10 damage to itself, is what the card does. I mean, this might be my favorite illustration rare of Zorua so far from Scarlet and Violet, but he's not going to be the only one that has multiple art rares, because all 156 Pokemon are getting illustration rares. So we're going to get our third Joltik. We're going to get another Galvantula, so on and so forth. But I don't know what that stamp is down there in the bottom right. This could be a promo. Yeah, you see how it says SV and then the P? It is going to be a promo for something. This might be a Korean card that they showed, or it's going to be like in a Chinese, like with 4 packs in the blister or something like that. But this will be in our English set as well. So the Zorua Art Rare, looking absolutely sick. Next we have Gothitelle, 70 HP, Super Psybolt, 20 damage, very nice. And now I believe we have a Gothitelle illustration rare. I don't know if it's Gothitelle or Gothitelle, but we have one of them. I believe it was Paldea evolved. So it's going to be our second. So 90 HP. Fortunate Eye. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. That's very beneficial. Psy Shot, 40 damage. Very nice. Then we have Gothitelle, 150 HP. Ability, Twisted Future. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may have your opponent shuffle their hand into their deck and draw 3 cards. That could be beneficial as well. Synchro Shot, 90 plus damage. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 90 more damage. Alright, see, there's where the ability comes into play. Because if you have 3 cards in your hand, you can have them shuffle and only draw 3, and then you're hitting for 180 for 2 energy. I mean, that's absolutely sick. But yeah, super, super sick for the Gothitelle evolution line. Okay, next we have the Swords of Justice and some more EX cards that were revealed. So first we have Verizon Wireless, aka Virizion, 120 HP. Giga Drain, 30 damage heal. From this Pokemon, the same amount of damage you did to your opponent's active Pokemon. Very, very nice. Emerald Blade, 130 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack, okay? Antique Cover Fossil. You know, obviously play this card as if it were a 60 HP basic Pokemon. This card can't be affected by any special conditions and can't retreat, but you can discard it. Okay, ability Protective Cover. Prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. Damage is not an effect. Okay. Then we have Tortuga, 100 HP. Ancient Debris, 30 times damage. This attack does 30 damage for each item card in your opponent's discard pile. Okay, that's cool. Surf, 80 damage. And then we have Caracosta. Look how crazy he looked. 180 HP. I really love the Velocity holographic. I mean, that looks really cool. Mighty Shell ability. Prevent all damage and effects done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have any special energy attached to them. Super playable. Super playable. Damage and effects. Bite Down. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. Super sick. Next, we have one of my favorites. We have the Keldeo EX. 210 HP. Gale Thrust. 30 plus damage. If this Pokemon moved from the bench to the active spot this turn, this attack does 90 more damage. Alright, very, very nice. Sonic Edge, 120 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So very, very cool for Keldeo EX. We're almost guaranteed to get a full art and a special illustration of this card. Next, we have Terrakion. Love it. 140 HP. Retaliate, 50 plus damage. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 80 more damage. Land Crush, 100 damage. Antique Plume Fossil, which is the first time we're getting this. 60 HP, obviously. It's the same as the other fossil. And then we have Archon, 80 HP. Acrobatics, 30 plus damage. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 more damage for each head. Very, very nice. Can do 90 damage real quick. Then we have Archeops, 140 HP. Ability Primal Wings. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may choose one of your opponent's evolved Pokemon and devolve it by putting the highest stage evolution card on it into your opponent's hand. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Rock Throw, 100 damage. People might actually use this just for the ability. Then we have Cobalion, 120 HP. Holy Edge, 20 damage. Discard 1 special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. I like that a lot. Metal Arms, 80 plus damage. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, this attack does 40 more damage. Okay. Genesect EX, 220 HP. Ability Metal Signal. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 metal energy or 2 metal evolution Pokemon, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Protect Charge, 150 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. But guys, that's what I got for you. Hit that like for me. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel with notifications. I mean, look at Genesect EX. Super, super sick. And I appreciate you guys highly for the support. I appreciate every single one of you. And I mean, look at that Keldeo. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.